Which kingdom was greater? The African kingdoms, the European empires, or the mighty dynasties of Asia? It is a question that ignites pride. It fuels debates. It divides conversations across continents. But perhaps we are asking the wrong question. In our modern world, many people anchor their identity in ancient greatness. Africans point to Kemet, Mali, Great Zimbabwe, and Ethiopia. Europeans look to Rome, Greece, Britain, and the Holy Roman Empire. Asians invoke the great Chinese dynasties, the Persian Empire, the Mauryans, the Mongols. And why shouldn't they? These civilizations transformed the human story. They built cities where there had been open land. They codified laws where disorder once reigned. They raised pyramids, cathedrals, temples, palaces, and fortresses that still command awe. Over time, a subtle idea has taken root, that civilization equals intelligence. That to claim an ancient empire is to inherit its brilliance. I will admit, even I have sometimes stepped into that current. I have spoken boldly of ancient Egypt and its African foundations. Yet history requires something more than pride. It requires honesty. And honesty demands that we look beneath the surface. Every empire we admire was built through struggle. Every kingdom we praise emerged from conflict. Ancient Egypt was magnificent in architecture, disciplined in governance, advanced in astronomy. Yet its authority was rigid, and its labor systems were harsh. The Assyrians perfected warfare to such a degree that fear itself became their instrument of control. Rome did not expand through diplomacy alone. It advanced through relentless military campaigns, absorbing and crushing resistance. The Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous land empire in history, but expansion came with devastation. European colonial empires reshaped continents, reorganized economies, and redrew borders, but not without exploitation and profound human suffering. Even within Africa, powerful kingdoms rose through warfare and consolidation. The Zulu expansion, the campaigns of Oyo, rivalries between states, survival often depended on strength. This is not an accusation against one continent. It is a pattern across all of them. No empire in recorded history was born purely from gentleness. When we admire monuments, we see achievement. But behind every monument were laborers. Behind every throne were struggles. Behind every empire were those who resisted and lost. So when we boast about ancient civilizations, what exactly are we celebrating? Is it innovation? Or is it dominance? History reveals an uncomfortable rhythm. Conquest often creates instability, and then the conqueror presents himself as the bringer of order. A ruler invades. He disrupts. He imposes new systems. Then he proclaims that he has restored stability. He becomes the hero of a crisis intertwined with his own ambition. And generations later, we remember him as great. So let us return to the central question. Which kingdom was better? The African kingdoms? The European empires? The Asian dynasties? The honest answer is this. None were morally superior in their rise to power. They were human societies navigating ambition, fear, competition, survival, and expansion. The continents differ. The cultures differ. The languages differ. But the underlying human impulses remain remarkably similar. Power has always attracted struggle, and struggle has rarely been gentle. Perhaps we have been measuring greatness incorrectly. Perhaps greatness should not be judged solely by how vast an empire became, but by what it cultivated once established. Did it develop systems of justice? Did it preserve knowledge? Did it protect the vulnerable? Did it move from conquest toward stability and wisdom? Ancient civilizations gave humanity architecture, mathematics, philosophy, governance, literature, and trade networks. Their contributions endure, but none were flawless, and none should be admired without reflection. So the next time we feel tempted to boast about our ancestors' empires, let us remember, behind every golden age was a season of conflict. Behind every crown was a battlefield. Behind every civilization was sacrifice. The question is no longer, which kingdom was greater? The deeper question is, Can we build a civilization whose greatness does not depend on domination? If we can cultivate strength without oppression, innovation without exploitation, order without cruelty, then we will have achieved something even the greatest empires struggled to attain. And that would be a legacy worthy of pride.